Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. I got my guest right here, Miss Kimberly Curran. We are ready to talk. I Can Do Bad all by myself. This movie came out in 2009. PG-13 comes in at 1 hour and 53 minutes. Coming of age, comedy and drama. I don't know, Kimberly, like these little three-word descriptions right here, I haven't really seen them up until now with like Tyler Perry. The last one we just did was like feel good drama. I'm like, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if this is new or they updated, but of course, y'all know this is directed by Tyler Perry. Why are we reviewing a movie that came out in 2009 and it's 2025? Well, Straw came out a couple of months ago on Netflix, 2025. I didn't like the movie. Kimberly didn't like the movie. Some people liked it, and that's cool. That's your prerogative, subjective, and some people didn't. Split down the middle. I mean, I thought it was trash, to be honest. We had some good parts, but go check out my review. But I still like and respect Tyler Perry, and I was like, you know what? Let's just stick on the positive. Let's go through and talk about all of the positive Tyler Perry movies that we like. So this is actually number 8. This is the 8th film that we have reviewed together. We've done Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2, Good Deeds, Daddy's Little Girls, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Big Mamas. I'm tripping. Medea's Family Reunion, and maybe another one I can't really remember. So, go check out all that out. So, of course, we already like this movie because we're talking about it. We're keeping it positive. And Kimberly, when I was watching it or rewatching it last night, I was like, did I see this before? I couldn't remember. Out of all
Oh,
the Tyler Perry movies, I remember this one the least. And also, like I said, when we've been doing this weeks ago, I had the same sentiment to where I did not like, even though Tyler Perry movies that I did like, I don't like the beginning of it. I think the first
uh-huh.
act is always a struggle. It picks up, more in the second act, and they finish strong in the third. Again, that wasn't the case for Medea's Family Reunion, which we just saw or we just reviewed, and not the case for I Can Do Bad All by Myself. I like
Okay.
the very beginning of this one as well. And I want to say right now, and if you've been watching my videos, you should know this by now. A Family That Prays is one of my favorites from Tyler Perry, and also Medea's Family Reunion. I Can Do Bad by Myself could have been up there as well. I still liked it, except for one scene in this movie that I just can't stand. I despise it. It is just, what were you doing? You just cut this off. This movie could be perfect. If we're gonna talk about it, maybe we feel the same. But I mean, if it wasn't obvious already, I do like this movie a lot. I barely remembered it. I didn't start remembering things until halfway through. Very beginning, I just really couldn't remember if I saw it a lot. But one thing is, Kimberly, the acting in this film was great. Again, across the board.
Yeah.
Not only from Miss Taraji P. Henson right here. This little girl, Hope,
Hope,
that played
man.
that played Jennifer, like, what the hell? Why is
Very
she not
good.
popping up everywhere? She did great. I mean, phenomenal. She stole the show.
Stole the show, Brandon.
Lisa stole the show in I keep wanting to say Big Mama's House and Medea's Family Reunion, but Hope stole the show in this. I'm about to pass to you. I'm also throw this out there as well. While I was enjoying the hell out of this, because I really was, except for the ending. I was saying to myself, are Tyler Perry, and I'm gonna let you answer this. I'm gonna answer it after you. Are Tyler Perry
Okay.
movies, really good like these that we're gonna talk about? Or is it revisiting it? Is it just a breath of fresh air from trash, like
Good
All
point.
from Grace, Straw, and Acrimony? Where you at? General impressions, Hope. My last question. The floor is yours, man. The floor is yours.
Yeah, really, really good point, Brandon. I like that you bring that up. Is it that we've gotten 25 years of Tyler Perry and we're not pleased with the direction he's gone in so many ways that we're just looking back and going, dude, this was the form you should have stuck with. Or was it originally? I think this wasn't one of my favorites, but that's not because of the actors at all. The acting was so good, from the cute little kids to Hope to is it Adam Rodriguez? Oh, my gosh. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, so
Yes.
gosh, he's attractive.
Yes.
So good looking. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's cute. Ree! He's on CSI Miami. He was on for years, but I remember this movie, and I just remember that Taraji was great, but there were a few corny, cringy moments, but that had nothing to do with the actors, I don't think, but all to do with the writing. But I really appreciate in this film, Brandon, that it was like a unique take on some of his characters. Our main character, she's not so much an anti-hero, but she don't start out as a hero.
No,
You're mostly frustrated with her, but I like that complexity. I like that it wasn't cookie cutter, like, oh, here's another sad, struggling woman, just so honorable. It was like, no, she's the other woman. She's a little bit of a hoe. She's a little bit of a drunk. She's a little bit of a bitch. So um, I kind of like that. I like that it's different. But man, that young lady Hope,
yeah,
what a great actress. And Michael J. White, oh, he made me hate him. Once again, I know we were talking about him in Good Deeds. I think he's done four, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. I think this makes four. I know we're not going in order of release date,
correct.
but I think he's done 4 to 5. Taraji's done 5 Tyler Perry projects, but Michael J.
Brian White.
Sorry, did I say Michael J. White? My
That's
bad.
right.
My
Brian
bad.
White.
I'm thinking of Black Dynamite.
Oh,
Uh, Brian J. White, excuse me. I think this makes like 4 Tyler Perry projects,
yeah.
possibly. Somebody fact check that for me. Let me know. But I can tell that Tyler Perry liked him as the villain. I can tell he was like, you know what, you're good in the villain because he's never been kind of a lead romantic interest, like good guy, has he? Or did I miss something?
And to my Brian,
Yeah,
up the yard.
in a Tyler Perry film, in a
Oh,
Tyler.
oh no, 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 no.
Okay. But yeah, there's some cringy moments that I feel like with the tone that was set very well in this film, with a great balance of comedy and drama, I have to give it to Tyler Perry. This was a really good balance because it touches on several, I mean, much like a Tyler Perry film, it touches on several very serious social issues, but it had a lot of levity to it. But yeah, let's get into it, man.
What were the cringy moments?
Oh my gosh. First
I
of all,
but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, if I could skip to the end, I mean, this is spoiler filled, you
Oh,
guys. Y'all
yeah,
know that.
yeah, yeah.
Um, the wedding slash block party slash
100%,
Mary J. Blige is gonna
100%.
preach to you about domestic violence and drug abuse through a long drawn out Disney slash Tyler Perry gospel Christmas
Yes,
song.
yes,
Why?
awful. That's
I
just
just it made me want to tear my clothes off. I was like, ah,
I hated
it's just,
that stuff.
oh. First
Everything
of
else
all,
was great. That was yeah, keep going.
who bought a ticket to your carnival
It was
slash
oh,
block party wedding? Who are those strangers? First of all, she's singing a dramatic song, and the I hated the song, hated the song. And then when a guy throws you down the stairs,
oh
but
my
you don't want to go down the stairs, and people are like, yeah, yeah. And then the bride and groom are like, hey, strangers, I don't know you, but shout out to that guy over there. Never met you, but what's up? Let's kiss on stage in front of none of our
God,
friends and family. I just, the
worse.
song sucked. The moment sucked. It was so awkward with her and her man
Yeah,
on stage
yeah,
jamming to a song about domestic violence and drug abuse.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was corny and gross and cringy. And another thing was, forgive me if I'm wrong, but did she storm through the church singing in this movie?
I don't think so. I don't
Or
think
am I imagining that? Because I watched it yesterday.
I watched it this morning. I
I
don't
was
there was
like
a church
we
scene where my mom
already did, we
was
already,
great, but I
huh?
don't think I said there was a church scene in this film, which was
Yeah,
one of the Winding brothers, which is
I
fantastic.
liked his
Talk
singing,
about
liked
like
him.
that. I don't think I remember her. I'm not trying to be funny, but you know. But you are
I think I was afraid. I think she was singing in her kitchen at the same time There
Oh,
was a song.
yeah,
Ha
that happened.
and I was afraid, I think it was my fear, Brandon. I was afraid she was gonna go down the stairs and have her shug moment and
Yeah,
then walk across the block, and they were gonna hear her singing from
yeah,
outside the church and be like, "Who is that?" Just like we got in Why Did I Get Married?
right,
Or
right.
no, not Why Did I Get Married, in we've watched so many movies. What was that movie where Brian's wife
We
was
did
an
we did we
addict?
did just talk about that too. I'm sorry that, our memory
What
is short.
movie was that? Oh, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Okay.
Um, but I was so afraid. I was like, "Stay in your kitchen. Don't go nowhere with that song." I was so afraid she was gonna bust through the church
I gi
doors. I'm like, "We
I give you that.
y
I
you just can't keep referencing Color Purple all the time." I just
So to be clear, I really did like this movie overall. It's one of Tyler Perry's best. However, the ending, this scene right here, should have just been on the cutting room floor. This and one of the things
cut that
really
out.
like about this film is there were multiple performances
Yes.
that I did like, and one of them, oh, I just clicked the button. I didn't mean to.
Rock
One of
steady,
them was
baby.
from Mary J. Blige in the club. I really did like that performance. I don't know what happened to all my,
In der Club.
but yeah, it was I don't know what the hell just happened. All my stuff just went away. That's weird, but
There we go.
we're gonna keep it going. It was some great performances, performances in this film, but that last one was just trash. I didn't like it. I don't know why Tyler Perry did that. And to go into the characters, you brought up, how attractive this brother right here is, Adam Rodriguez. I did like his character overall. Pretty cool. I love the scrapping moment that he had with Brian Wright's character in the kitchen when he was stopping him from raping Jennifer. And I will say this fight scene was much better than it was in Daddy's Little Girl with Idris Elba.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
punching
yeah,
somebody's
yeah,
upper elbow forearm? Yeah,
right.
let's aim.
I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
But Brandon, I like that he was slick with it. That was the first of all, I'm like, "You're definitely from Colombia, bro." Like, you definitely had some cartel in your life because he went right for the belt and was like, "I know what I'll do. I'll grab your belt from your waist and put it around your neck." I was like, "Ooh."
I like that as well. I like that as well. Well, one of the things I do remember when they were on the stage, at the end, I remember he didn't have any rhythm. When he was clap. I'm not trying to just crap on him because I did like his character overall. Yeah.
I really loved, that his character, we've got Sandino. They should have gave him some Cuban, like, not Cuban, some salsa. They get Colombian, like, let him his thing. Like, why'd you have to go Mary J. Blige all drama on us? I like the righteousness of his character. I like that he was truly righteous, that he wasn't trying to get to those kids for any other reason than he didn't have the love and support, and he saw them struggling in a similar fashion than he did because he was an orphan that got taken up by the cartel in Colombia
Right.
and abused. Every time he was hungry, he got beat, like, and he just saw, "I wanna help these kids like I wish somebody helped me," and I thought that was so beautiful and lovely, and, it was nice to see a depiction, of the church really being what the church should be, which is someone comes through the door, "You need help? Alright, let's seek out the members who has a room, who has work." That's what the church should be, but I see you've gathered your thoughts, so go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I love this character for all of that. Like on adding to what you said, he was 7 years old and had to pick the leaves, and was beaten when he was hungry or tired. And then he had to, when he grew up, he had to go and recruit children to do the same thing. So he just sees these kids and wants to help them. He's trying to fix the floor for free, for room and board. I like the fact, when he kind of checked Taraji, she's accusing him of being a child molester, but I understand her position too from what she just came from, in the fight and all that. I mean, it's really traumatic. I understood both of their positions right there, but he's like, I'm not a child molester. Imagine you like walking down the street and you hear a couple arguing, it's like, whoa, I gotta get this on camera.
It's like, "Somebody get Brian Williams." Like, "What?"
He was completely innocent. So I liked his character for that. Now we was talking about how we thought the ending sucked with the whole wedding party thing, a block party thing. what I did not like about his character was Tyler wrote him. This is my only other nitpick. They wrote him simping for her and falling in love just like that. Like their whole love story was forced and rushed and shoehorned in.
Very.
But not only was it so fast, he's falling in love with a woman that's sleeping with a married man. Like, come on, bro. You're not a bad looking guy. I'm pretty sure you can pull more than the average man. And you want to love
100%.
from somebody that, you just called her sick. And she's messed up and selfish and all. I mean, she was one of the most selfish people I ever met or
Okay.
ever seen. And sleep
Mhm.
and don't care, don't have no remorse, but sleeping with a married man who you just fought, but somehow you think that this is
And
your
pushing these children aside, like these kids that are your blood, by the way, and you know the struggle that they've had. Like when she told the story of like, yeah, my sister, she traded the older girl for money, just like happened to her. And then she burned my nephew, and then the other one, she almost killed, put him in the oven to dry him off, or something crazy. Like you're rehashing the incredible trauma these kids have been in, and you have the nerve to be like, "Why are you at my house? I'm not gonna help you." Like, and then he's like, "Ooh, now that I see that side of you, I'm in love."
yeah,
Love where?
that was crazy.
That was a very poorly fleshed out, poorly written love story. Brandon, I want to add, if it had been the case that she took the kids in and was like maybe hiding them from her abusive, adulterous boyfriend,
Mhm.
and like, okay, guys, I'm gonna get you food, and her handyman saw that, Santino saw that, then he's like, look at you care. See, you're not all bad. There was no visible redeeming factors in her, and I get the whole point, Brandon, of like somebody could be down the wrong road, but you see the good in them, you see the God in them, you see the man God wants him to be, you see the woman that they could be. I get it, but there's got to be some hint of that. It
Yeah.
can't You can't watch someone rob a bank and be like, "You know what you do for me? You open my heart, bank robber. You really make me feel."
Right, 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 right.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So that him writing Sandino that way, and the ending block party wedding thing, and him falling in love in 5 minutes. That's the only thing
That's
I
whack.
did not like. That was whack. Everything else I already did love. Also, I'm serious. It's just funny. Like I was like, okay, this came out 15 years ago. Everybody's so young. I was like, damn, Taraji's looking good.
She is a body yada yada, like this whole poster you got in the background. I'm like, girl with the dress.
I
Yes,
was
Taraji.
like, wait a minute now,
Okay.
and Mary J was looking good too. I mean, I'm not trying to say they look crappy now, but I mean, 15 years is 15 years. Everybody,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just really interesting revisiting that. But yeah, her character, was the worst. But you said something early in the beginning of all the social issues that these children are going through, or people just in general. And it was briefly touched upon in the film we talked about earlier, Medea's Family Reunion, with Nikki's character played by Kiki Palmer having to be
Mhm.
taken in by Medea. Um, the situation with the kids is much worse here. We have Manny, the larger boy, who hasn't spoken in forever. His first words that we hear in the movie is "my bed, my bed, my bed," or "my room, my room, my room." That's crazy. They're sleeping all on the same couch, sweating. The other guy, little boy, has a diabetes or diabetic, and he needs his insulin shot. I mean, at one point, I forgot the movie, right? I'm like, they're asking her, little girl, why are you stealing needles? Are you shooting up? At one point, like, no, my brother needs his insulin shot. So I was like, damn. She's like, throughout the movie, I'm 16 years old. When is my life going to start? I mean, are you serious? Oh yeah, like it sucks, man. We just pop
Having to steal food to survive.
some people, we just all pop up in this world with no control. Some of us are fed with a silver spoon. Some of us are, born into crap, and it's just not fair, man. Like these little babies, these are little babies. Like I mean, like that's just crazy to me. And I got to give it to Tyler Perry for touching on these issues, because they can easily be forgotten. I don't think about this every day. Little boys and girls not being able to wake up and have a place to sleep, have a place to eat, or play. You know what I'm trying to say? Medical care, all that. And then we already talked about Hope, man. She, God, dog, like where is she at? She needs to be in all the roles right now. She was born in the UK, but that was
Oh.
great. And also just the relationship with the pastor, Mr. Winans, Mr. Marvin Wines.
Oh, I
Kim,
love his voice.
I
Oh,
was
I love his voice
this.
so much.
There's not a good picture of him, but I was watching this and I was like, why does this man look seem so familiar? I know him from somewhere. It's just something about him. And I was like, damn, like he's a really good actor. He is knocking this pastor role at the park. And I was like, wait a minute, is he a pastor? You know, in real life, of course, I Googled ChatGPT. He's a pastor in real life. I'm like, oh, yes, this is the this is the sibling of BB and CC Winings. And
Did you get the feeling, Brandon, that when he was preaching that he was like, "Yeah, this script is great, but I'm just gonna preach to these extras and
yeah,
this." I got that feeling that like Whitney Houston described in Preacher's Wife, where the choir was like, the director's like, "Okay, choir, sing," and they're like, "No, we're gonna worship, and you can tape it." How
yes,
about that?
there you
I
go.
felt like he
Yeah,
was like, "I'm gonna preach, and if you wanna tape it, you can." Like, there was no, like like, script where yeah, he was not I didn't feel like he was acting.
yeah,
I was like, "Let me get my Bible." Like, okay, he's brought a word, and he was
1,000%.
man, he was giving a word. I was like, "Okay, Sunday morning at 9 o'clock on channel 6?"
Yeah,
Like
my bad on the volume. I was doing too much. Like he was sweating profusely.
oh,
Like
that's how you know it was real.
I'm like, did they pour a bucket of water on him and say action? But no, that brother and then it was the words and then
Yes,
the song that came right after that. And
love
then
it.
the choir came through. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy.
I
And
love it.
yeah, I was moved. I said this in one of our other videos. I was just watching it with the volume on TV. But when he started singing and then the choir came through, I was like, oh no, we got to take it back. I cut the surround sound on. And I was just like mesmerized. Like you said, I felt like I
Yes.
was at church, that was wonderful. And if you go back, look at everybody in the crowd as they're, first of all, I like the fact that the church was diverse. It wasn't just
Mhm.
people. And
Yes.
sometime in Tyler Perry movies, it is all black people in the church or in the pulpit or in the choir or whatever, and that's fine because that's how it is in life. But it's sometimes it's diverse. I saw a couple of white people and Asian people. I like that, but also just like the acting from all of the supporting and surrounding cast, the extras, the little boy that had like he was really engaged too. Like child actors are really impressive to me, and when
Yeah.
you're able to pull that off, it just really speaks volumes. And I just thought the little kids did a good job in this too, especially during this scene when they was in church. It was amazing. Not only him, I felt the same way with Gladys Knight. I mean, it was like, okay,
Love
hey, I know these people, and we're gonna put on a performance, like you said. But if you want to come and film us and shoot a movie, write a movie around us, then you can do that.
go ahead, because he was preaching for real, for real.
I'm trying to work fast. We just had the movie, and we haven't talked about it. Ruth and Boaz is out right now on Netflix. I like the movie was okay up until the end, where they, I didn't like the ending. The reason why I'm bringing this up, this is not a Tyler Perry directed movie, but it is produced by him. But you have this young lady right here who is playing Ruth by the name of, I think it's Saraya. I don't think it's Saraya. It could be Saraya. Now
Mhm.
she can sing very very well. I don't know who she is. She was introduced to me from this film. But if you go watch Ruth and Boaz, when she's giving her performance at the end, you can tell that she wasn't actually performing it right there on stage on camera, that this was a previous recording and she's lip singing. And
Oh.
really jarring and clocks you out, and it's just not effective at
Mm,
all. That is
mhm.
not the case here with I Can Do Bad All By Myself. When Mr. Wines, the pastor, or Gladys Knight, or Mary J. Blige, when they was actually recording on set there. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but I'm convinced that was like no, this we we performing live, and Tyler, if you get it, you get it. If you
Didn't
don't,
that feel it felt like it, right?
amazing, 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 amazing.
And
Like
shout out to Taraji's voice because I think she was singing.
you, yeah, yes. I forgot she could sing.
She
Or maybe
was
I never
singing Rock Steady. I forgot she could sing,
yeah.
and man, she can sing. I was like, "Oh, I that opening performance, Rock Steady." I was like, "Taraji, sing more. We love it."
I was not aware. So you had Gladys Knight, Taraji, Pastor Winans, and Mary J. and her blowing. Besides the ending, that
Besides
was
the ending.
it was a fantastic display of music and vocal talent. And
Mhm.
we've been talking about his soundtracks and stuff like the other videos. I've been shazamming it in the middle, but yeah, that was Tyler Perry, like I said, man, you was in your bag in your earlier work, but was he in his bag though, Kim? Are we just happy that we're getting some decent mediocre stuff compared to his later work, or is it really good? Because I asked you that earlier. What do you think?
I'm very 50-50 on this film. I'm 50 plus because of the unique plot. But I'm in the acting and a decent wig situation. They were decent.
Yeah.
They were very decent. I would say we get an A plus for wigs in this film.
Um,
However, God, I gotta be 50 minus because some of the writing was very like you said, the relationship. I love you. Why? At that point, Brandon, you look damaged as a man. When you love somebody that is abusive to children, sleeping with someone else's husband, um, you just don't care. You're kind of cruel. You're lazy, and you're an alcoholic. When you're a man that's like, I just love you, you need to go to therapy, like for real. Like at that point, it doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very 50-50 on this, Brandon. I'm totally split down the middle.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
Taraji, I mean, I loved her in the lead because it's kind of funny how the other Tyler Perry films, she was like, a supporting character. So I really liked having her at the lead. And I like that he gave her something to chew on here. He really gave her something to chew on
Do you
as
think?
an
Do you
actor.
wish she would have thrown the radio in the bathtub a few seconds earlier and killed the guy?
Oh, that was so funny. I forgot about that
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. It's plugged in. That's what I'm saying.
He was butt naked.
Yeah. He deserved
I
it.
forgot about that, and
Yeah.
then he was like,
Yeah. I like
I
it.
totally forgot that scene.
Yeah, yeah. I
Super
mean,
funny.
he definitely deserved it. I mean, if she would have did it, I wouldn't have been mad at her at all. You trying to rape little girls, children.
Yeah, and he grossed me out. "Oh, you
Yeah.
want some chocolate? I know this is what you."
Oh,
He's
that was awful.
such a To Catch a Predator, like, Dateline, please call on this guy, like, it was ugh, he was so nasty. He can play the villain really well.
Yeah,
He can play a really good villain,
he can. You
for
can.
sure. Yeah.
One of the things I also like is the relationship that Madea had with the children as well. It was, some of Tyler Perry's films can be a little fairy tale-ish, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes a fairy tale is not reality. But Madea didn't want to take on the kids. I think at one point it was the kids either asked Madea or Taraji, like, "Hey, can we stay here?" And I don't know about that. I can give you a couple of sandwiches here and there, but you stay here?" And that helped Hope's performance as well, bring out Jennifer. And I was like, "Damn, that's cold." But at the same time, I understand,
Mhm.
like, okay, I'll feed you, but I ain't just gonna take on three random kids now. You're sick and
Yeah.
this and that. Excuse me. And again, Tyler Perry, you touching on this right here. Yeah, I do appreciate it because it's just not that often. While you're mixing comedy in there as well, and so it's just wonderful. Um, Taraji, you can comment on that if you want, but also the scene where Taraji found out her mom died, that she had a brain aneurysm on a bus, was riding around all day, no identification, was cremated. That is a train wreck, just a truck hitting you in the face randomly.
Awful.
and here's the remains right here, like, oh my gosh.
You went from thinking someone was gonna be like, "Hey, okay, I finally saw your mom. She just was out of town, girl." You went from that to, like, she's sitting on my couch, like, in a jar, like,
Yeah, that's
what? That was so sad. But
yeah,
we've heard stories about that on the news, right? Of people riding the bus all day long and nobody realizing that person's not asleep. I know I've out here in LA, I've heard on the news stories like that.
yeah.
And that or the subway. That's so sad, Brandon.
Yeah, my grandmother died of a brain aneurysm. I never met her,
Oh,
she passed away when my mom was 11. Uh,
oh
yeah,
God.
so,
I'm
that
sorry.
kind of like, whoa, and I've only seen, like, one picture of her. But, life is hard, man. It's just life is hard, it's not fair, it's cruel. Um, and you can understand it's like you can understand why somebody has a hard heart. I have not gone through anything that these people have gone through, you know, and you still have people that can like your boy Sandino or whatever,
Mm,
crap, but he still can show love, so why if you have a hard heart and you're malicious and you're selfish, like Taraji's character, which I can understand, it's not an excuse at the same time because you still have people like Sandino who can go through the same stuff and be like, I
yes.
feel love, and so it just
You
kind
have
of
a choice.
right there. Yeah,
I
you
don't buy into that whole thing of, well, I am this way because my life was so hard, because I think we've seen throughout history enough stories of people who, if they compare you, your stories are almost exactly the same. And some people end up being a philanthropist or giving back, and some people end up committing crimes, and some people say I'm this way despite of what happened to me, and some people say I'm this way because of, and use it as a crutch and an excuse. And I think that, in terms of the chemistry between their characters, I think that polarizing factor of the two characters was well written. Of like, okay, you both suffered as children, but look at the choice you can make.
yeah. This was also humbling for me. I think it was like 9 years ago. It was a political outlet online that I was watching. It's about Black people and, what we need in
Mhm.
our community to, get out of yeah, just to try to, do better for ourselves, or the best we can. And one of the people was like, "Yeah, we need healing." Um,
Mhm.
and I kinda mocked their comment at the time or scoffed at it. Not,
Mhm.
it wasn't overt, but just internally. I've grown since then and matured. And that I don't a lot of people criticize Tyler Perry and says that like it is trauma porn or just talks about the Black woman struggle. And it is a lot. I mean, every film we reviewed, it's a Black woman struggling in it in some way, shape, or form. And I know at those times that can be well, it can be annoying at times for some people, but it still needs to be it still needs to be showcased. It doesn't need to be ignored or swept under the rug. It still needs to be,
I agree.
light shined on. And I
Mhm.
gotta give it to Tyler Perry for doing that. Um, and I just thought about that with this movie. And this is the eighth film that we reviewed. And our community does need healing. We've been through a whole bunch of BS. I'm also thinking about the scene from Medea's family reunion where Cicely Tyson's was at the end. She was like, hey, Aunt Ruby right here is 96 years old. Slaves were born in this shack
That
right
was
here.
powerful. That was
They,
so
yeah,
deep.
they freed themselves and bought the land from the slave owners. So this is the blood, and this is where we come from, like right here. That's some, shit like this is what we're made of. And I'm like, that was some real ass stuff right there. And we've been through a lot. And in this movie, I can do better all by myself and from Medea's family reunion. It's just trauma passed down generation to generation, generation.
Yeah.
Lynn Whitfield's character was the devil. in
Yeah.
that film, and saved her daughter from being raped. But where'd she come from? Her mom was a whore, a crack whore. I'm
Yeah.
not making jokes, but that's the reality. And yeah, we do want our feel good movies. Um,
True.
a lot of reality is necessary to be told as well. I feel like I'm just blabbing on, and we still got to talk for Color Girls. Damn, that was dramatic from what I remember.
It's
Uh,
emotionally exhausting.
yeah, I've only seen it once, and we got to talk about the scene where they dropped the Damn, Michael Ealy, why you got to drop the kids from the window?
Dude, I made a list in my life of films I will only see once. Like the piano, Schindler's List, for color girls who fly over the rainbows up into the sky. That's on it, and Precious is on it. So thank you, Brandon, for making me have to break my rule that I have and pull that movie out again because that was in my vault of I will never see this
Oh, no,
again
no,
ever.
we don't have to. We don't have to.
No, no, we'll review it. It's for sake of film, right? For sake of film. We're cinema lovers. We're cinema lovers. I'll give it to you.
It's also really good to have a real ass friend in your corner too. Tanya,
I like that a lot.
Mary J. Blige.
Loved
She's
her character.
like, yeah, I'm on your ass right now because I love you and I care about you. But you effing up, my sister. You're effing up. You need to get it together. Miss Tanya was coming through. I like that as
People need
well.
to I agree, Brandon. I think there needs to be more of that. I think there's a whole lot of yeah girl culture where no matter what your girl or your boys are saying, you're just like, yeah, girl, he's this, he's that, yeah, yeah, man, she's this, she's that, and I think there needs to be more people going, I love you, but you're sleeping with a married man.
Yeah,
What about his wife? What
yeah,
about where are your values?
that's crazy. Yeah,
Where do you stop? Where how often are we questioning our friends and going, "What's your limit? Murder?
yeah.
What is it gonna take for you to do the right thing? How do you sleep at" There's not enough friends asking each other, "How do you sleep at night?" Instead of, "Girl, you bad," or "Girl, that's so sneaky," or like, "Oh, his wife is coming." Like, how many of us are out there are helping a friend instead of calling your friend? True friendship is what Mary J. Blige's character Tanya did.
Hmm.
That's true friendship.
Hmm.
You're drunk all the time. You are the most selfish person I know.
Smoking
You're
and yeah,
sleeping with a married man. Like, there needs to be more of that in the world and also in film. I feel like I haven't seen that character a whole lot since.
yeah, yeah. You're right. What's also crazy now I think about it is Mary J did a great job in that, right? This was 2009. I was covering Power on my channel as well. She was in it. Her acting in Power is trash, but her acting in this was good. So I don't know what happened there.
Look, it's I think, like, not a lot of people understand what directors do.
Yeah,
That's why I really love watching behind the scenes. I watch hours of behind the scenes footage when DVDs were popular,
we
and Blu-rays.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I used to watch all the extras and behind the scenes because you really get an idea of a good director will do exercises with you. A good director will pull you out and say, we're gonna do. I forgot what movie it was. I think Jason Momoa or someone was on it. I forgot. It was a movie that the director. Oh, it was an Ang Lee film, and he had the whole cast like, we're gonna start the day with Tai Chi. Like,
mhm,
we're gonna do
right,
some acting exercises. I'm gonna let you guys improv and then I'll yell action. Like, people, it's great to learn that like directors bring things out of their
yeah,
actors. They don't just yell action and cut.
correct.
They let you cook. They notice when you're doing something amazing and they're like, "Shh, don't nobody do anything, just let her go. Say the line again. We're just rolling. Say it again. Let her cook, you guys." Like, a good director will do that. So sometimes it's not that the actor's trash. It's that the director is like, "It's 2:30, let's just wrap this up."
Right, right.
And the actor's like, "Let me, like, I'm feeling it. Let me simmer. The tears are coming. Like, let me get there." Like, so I think Mary J. Blige having better acting in this film, I think is a credit to Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
letting an artist do their thing.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Um, yeah, you're right. I was about to I don't know why my memory is gone. I was gonna say one more thing, but cannot remember, so I do apologize. But I just will say that yeah, this was pretty good. Other than the little complaints I had earlier, I thoroughly enjoyed this one right here. And I just kind of wish that we was getting quality like this again in 2025.
Yeah, man.
What we was getting before. We talked about Gladys Knight. Damn, what was I about to say? I don't remember, but, Kim, do you have any final thoughts, ma'am?
Final thoughts. I really like the film. I would have liked to see a difference in her character, do something incredibly compassionate. Maybe Santino found out that she had helped another homeless person. Maybe Santino goes to a bar and someone's talking about her and they're like, "Oh yeah, she helped me with this, so she helped me with that." She actually, she comes off as hard, but she's really sweet. I wanted a reason for him to say I love you. There was absolutely no reason. The boat thing was cute, that was nice, but when he's like, "Don't you get it? I love you." Like, why?
Yeah, that was,
That's ridiculous. Uh, I last thoughts, I think just we have to give Tyler Perry, I think I don't wanna trash anyone, right? So we have to give him credit for what he's done well, and it was unique. That was a unique story. Okay, my focus here is this woman who's selfish, and she's not warm, and she's not this, and she's not that. She's been taking her cards, and to have a character that's sleeping with someone else's husband, like, what is the thought process of somebody like that? Instead of judging that kind of person, in a way of like, "Oh, they're just this, they're that," he tells us the whole story. Well, 'cause she also won't let kids sleep in her house that have nowhere to stay. Like he tells more of a complete story around what could be a stereotype, and I appreciate him for doing that. I appreciate the casting a lot. I love that he let Pastor
mhm.
Winans just you just get with God and say what he wants and I'll film because those scenes, those church scenes were very real. I think we've all seen the church scenes that people aren't clapping to the beat. They're just like, "Oh yeah, hallelujah." Like when you've seen like Preacher's Wife where the famous story is how Penny Marshall, who's a beautiful Jewish woman director, was like, "I think I caught something called the Holy Ghost." Like Whitney was like, "I just told just the Holy Spirit is here, so you can film or not." Like you know when it's real and you know when it's play. And I like that this movie had a lot of real preaching, a lot of real singing. He had Gladys Knight. I loved her care. Every time she was on screen, Brandon, I just lit up. She just lit me up. Like
Yeah,
I don't know if she took me on a midnight train to Georgia. I don't know what it was, but she something about her is so special. So I have to say there was a lot of good in this film,
I
but
I agree.
some cringe, a lot of
Yeah,
good.
some
But
cringe, a lot of good though, a lot of good. Well, you guys, that's gonna wrap it up for us for I Can Do Better All by Myself. Kimberly, why don't you tell the people what they potentially have to look forward to? What
yeah, you
what we
guys, yeah, for real, for real. I'm working on a podcast of my own. It's cooking. It's been a long road, but it's coming. But I'm mostly excited that Brandon, that you asked me to do this project with you of the Tyler Perry films, because it's been a joy revisiting them and just thinking about what my life was like 20 years ago and watching these films and what it was like in the theater and the evolution of Tyler Perry. And so you guys you can check out not only those films on my channel, but so much work that I've done with Brandon. He's been such a blessing to give me an opportunity to talk films with you guys. I love that. You guys can follow me on Instagram for positive, uplifting content. And we've got Brandon and I have some awesome reviews. So go back and revisit things. If you haven't watched Shogun, there's so many great shows, but any viewers of mine, if you're watching this and you're like, who's this Brandon guy? You guys, Brandon is awesome. Please go check out his catalog of
I'm
videos.
all
You will relate to him. Please, if you're subscribed to me, please subscribe to Brandon. You'll relate to him. He will make you laugh. And so many times he says exactly what you're thinking when you're watching a film. So please, you guys, check out Just My Opinion Reviews and give him a like, follow, and a subscribe.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Um, and yeah, y'all subscribe to Kimberly. There's her channel right here. Her link is in the description. So we got for color girls left. We may do Ruth and Boaz, and what's
Issa
the Red
Rae's,
documentary as well.
yes,
Um,
yes.
also, there was another documentary, Number One on the Call Sheet. Have you heard of that one?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Aha, there we go.
Brandon and I, you guys, Brandon and I, great team right here. Great team. Yeah, number one on the call sheet. I actually saw a clip the other day and I was like, I gotta get into this. And it's fall. It's time to cozy up and get on the couch and watch stuff, you guys. So watch it with us and comment below.
We'll see. I'm really putting you on the spot now. So
That's
you were
okay.
saying Michael Jai White. Have you seen his latest film, Trouble Man?
No, I haven't. And I'm a huge fan of his, so I need to check that out.
I will.
Huge fan of him and his wife is a dynamo. She's amazing. Like I'm such a fan.
Got the screener to that. Have you had a chance to finish the Jesse Smollett documentary on Netflix? I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't finished
You
it yet.
mean, excuse me, Brandon, it's Juicy Smollett.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Juicy, remember Dave Chappelle gave
Mm,
us Juicy Smollett.
okay.
Juicy, justice for
I
Juicy.
got some.
Yeah, I finished that and I actually, I know it's off topic, but I think my mind might be a little not changed, but I'm like, huh, maybe he wasn't lying.
Wait a minute now. I got to finish it because I've only seen the first half, and I was like, dude, if you don't shut up and get out of here, just admit that you, or just be quiet. But okay, I got to finish it now. We got man.
Okay, so we're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna have to talk about this because this is a whole conversation. Because yeah. And comment, but you guys, if you saw it, please comment below and get into the conversation with us.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget, I'm B. Avery. That's Kimberly, and that's just our opinion. Peace out. We'll see you next time.